Hey there, gaming people. Thanks for joining us on another gaming night. Tonight we are playing Valeria Card Kingdoms from Daily Magic Games. This is a newly arrived Kickstarter game to Martin Cubberley's house, who's also here with Tony and Molo and myself, Jason. We will get Molo to speak up later.
Shut up.
Alright, so this is essentially a dice worker placement game.
Well, it's like a tableau.
Where's the dice? What's the dice of it? So, on our turn, the first player will get to roll these dice, and then you activate them based on your units. So, for example, I have a knight and a peasant here. So, the 6 would activate the knight. The 3 doesn't activate a 5. But if I did have, say, for example, this guy right here, I would have activated him with the 3. And then I combine the two together to form a 9, and if I had any 9s, they would activate as well. And they do different things. So, for example, the knight would give you your strength resource. The peasant gives you the gold resource. And then you also get mana resources from certain characters and also victory points. There's a couple of ways you can do once you've acquired your resources to spend them. You can either acquire domains, which are at the bottom here, which is also one of the game end conditions. If all the domains are bought, the game will end. Or you can recruit new characters, and they're all different. We're playing a sort of a variant, aren't we?
Well, it's kind of a more advanced game. Yeah, we've moved off the beginner game now. So yeah, so you can see there's a face down sits in there. So what I've done is taken all the 3s, shuffled them together, and dealt out a stack of 5 with the one on the top is open. So now we don't know whether there's going to be more mercenaries underneath or what's coming.
So the base game would just be a pile of mercenaries.
Exactly that, yeah.
And that also has end game condition. If there's 10 piles there, if 8 of them are exhausted, which will have these exhausted cards on them, that also ends the game. And then you can also go slay some monsters in the various areas, so like ruins, forests, mountains. And once there are no more monsters to slay, that also dictates the end of the game. There's one other little thing we're doing. We've got obviously our dukes. That's mine right there.
End game hidden scoring part of it.
So I'm not going to say what my duke does, but you'll figure it out later. Anything else I should say, Martin?
No, that's pretty much it. I mean, it's if you've played Machikoro, you'll immediately see some familiarity or some similarities to it there.
Are these cards, do they come out randomly, or because we're playing a variant, there could be different ones at the top?
Absolutely, yeah. We'll see. The only ones that are definitely all the same are the peasants and the knights.
And we got alternate artwork cards for those as well. Is that a Kickstarter exclusive?
I think so, yes.
Okay, so we'll start off the game. We'll play a few rounds, and then we'll come back with a gameplay turn, and we'll show you the flow of the game.
Obviously, most victory points wins as well.
That is, of course.
That.
All right, let's go. Okay, so this is the gameplay turn. What we got here. So I'm just going to show you my tableau so long. So I've got a couple of 8s here, a couple of 7s with characters, 6, 5, 4, and 2 3s. I've killed a goblin, which is I needed the gold earlier, and this is what my stash looks like. I've got a few gold, couple of strength points, and some mana. So Tony's the first player. This is what the board looks like. Nothing has been depleted yet.
There's some close ones though, I think.
So Tony, go for it.
Here we go, roll the dice, and we activate 6s, 2s, and 8s.
Right, so just to say, the first thing, in the roll phase, you can potentially use any effects to change the dice, but I don't think nobody's got any of those effects at the moment. So then it goes to the harvest phase, so anything with a 2, a 6, or an 8 activates.
So I'm getting 2 strength.
Well, let's go up in order. So this one gets 1 gold for every soldier character. So you've got
1, 2.
Okay, so 2 gold for those. You've got here your 2 knights, so 2 strength. And
The warlord gets 1 strength
for every soldier.
Oh, sorry, no. Yeah, 1
strength for every soldier character. So another 2 strength. So you can see there, he got a crap load. I'll do mine off camera. That's a bit.
Mine's pretty easy. I got a 6 for my knight. I also got 1 knight, so my warlord gains a strength point, and I can activate my champion, which spends a gold to gain 4 more strength. But I'm not sure. I'm not going to do that. I've got enough strength points as it is, as you can see.
Put me after. 1 knight, please. There you go. Don't spend it all at once.
Yeah. All of it.
Or at all, really.
Okay, my 2 actions then.
Yep.
Well, I'll carry on my gelatinous cube slaying. So
The
spend
Duke obviously has a fetish for them.
4 strength and 1 magic.
I imagine they're
Kill it.
rather difficult to mount
His
as a
reward.
trophy.
Yeah.
Reward
Put them in a
is-
jar.
Just get a nice mould.
Yeah.
You can mount them
Put
how
some
you want.
fruit in there with them, you know.
There's a basilisk revealed.
And then I will buy myself.
Not very fun.
Ooh. Do I go for that?
Yeah, the creatures, as we go down, they get harder and more valuable.
4 victory points. Yeah, that's not bad. I think I'll slay myself a basilisk.
6 strength and 3.
Magic. 1, 2, 3.
That's with 4
Right,
victory
just
points.
to say, magic is a wild resource. This one specifically requires magic, but magic is a wild resource. So Tony, as long as he's spending one of the actual resources required, he could use all magic to make it up with. Obviously, in this case, he just had enough strength anyway. But if he had lots of magic, you could go that route.
And I will take
And you get
3 of
2.
the magic back.
Yeah.
That's the
And you get 2 actions on your turn. So Tony's both his actions were to slay monsters.
Right, you can see here as well, there's now a swamp dragon, that's what I was talking about. So this reward is 2 magic for every swamp guy you've killed. So for Tony, he's got 3 in there already.
4.
4.
4, sorry,
Yeah,
that's
that's
you just
right.
get wiped out the swamp. So you'd get a lot of magic for that. And it's worth 6 VPs too. Right, so the last thing Tony does is pass the dice to me. I won't stretch over. Okay, so the last thing he did, pass me the dice. So, I roll mine. So, I've got nothing to change that. So, 5 activates, I gain 1 gold for my peasant. 6 activate, I've got 2 knights here, as Jason can kindly illustrate. So they activate twice essentially, another 2 strength. And then my 11s and 12s activate. I do have 1. I get 2 gold for every worker. So I've got 2 of those, so I get another 4 gold. Which is a lot more than I was expecting. Right, so everyone else obviously has their activations. Does anyone need anything?
I need 2 strength
Okay.
and 1 gold.
1 strength and 5 gold.
Oh, it's very cheap. I just get a gold and a strength.
Mine are
1
much
strength
better.
and 5.
Yeah, mine is great out of my activation.
Wow, right, I got a lot more than I was expecting there. That's really quite cool.
Maybe
So-
I should pause the video. Look at all his strength.
I know, it's
It's like
ridiculous.
44.
I think I am going to do this. I'm going to spend 1 gold and buy... No, I've got 5, 10,
24.
15, 25. 25. I'm going to buy another
Are those
butcher.
5s?
Yeah.
Oh.
There is a times 10 as well.
Oh, right.
So I bought another butcher. And a miner comes out. And then my next action, when on this right, I'm going to buy the half-penny hill, I think. So, this is a prerequisite here. I need to have 3 workers. So I've got butcher, and the merchant. That's got that. And it costs me 6 gold.
And it's worth 2 victory
6.
points on its own.
Yep, so that is VPs. And now at the start of my action phase, I get a gold. Yippee! So, I'll pass the dice on. Jason's go.
Right, so first thing I've got to do is roll the dice. So 4 and a 3 and 7.
So, you've got 2 strength, 2 gold with your 2 mercenaries.
Yeah.
A wizard, and that, and 7. Oh my god.
2 7s here.
So, you've got 2 strength,
2 more gold.
there, and your 30 thief. Look at this! And your thief activates as well. So your thief can take 3 gold or 3 magic from 1 person.
I think I'm going to take from Tony.
3 magic?
Yes.
Yes, I thought that might happen. What a dirty thief. Right, Molo, what have you got? So
Okay,
you
so
can
let's
spend
go
a strength for 2 gold. Okay. You got your 4s? No, and you've got a thief as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
So 2 or 2. What have you got? 2 magic, 2 gold.
We'll go with 2 gold as well.
All the gold. This bothers me, by the way. He's literally put them in no order at all. Look, 3, 7, 5, 6, 11. Right. Just your thing. So would you have 2 magic for 2 gold?
2 magic, I think.
And I can... Oh my god. Is that it? 1 thing. Yeah, I'll spend that magic to give me 2 gold, I guess.
Look at that pile of resources. Crikey. Okay, well,
Yeah, that's a lot.
I knew what I was going to do first. I've got 1, 2,
Wizard.
3 soldiers.
This
So
way.
yep. So that's going to cost me 5 gold. So 3, 4, 5.
Just to say, the game, I don't know if we mentioned it at the beginning, the game will end if this pile is empty, or these piles are empty. So, okay, so Blood Crow Army.
Yep.
So there you go. So at the start of your turn from now on, you'll gain. Okay, we uncover the Orb of or something. The end of your action phase, take a magic from another person. Dirty.
And then I'm going to spend 3 gold to buy the Alchemist.
There you go. Right, so he's blanked that, so we put an exhausted card in there. When there's 8 of those in there, the game will end as well. We will get an equal number of turns. Tony's the first player, so we'll carry on until they're all finished.
Might have to start killing some stuff.
Right, pass them to Lolo.
Okay. Let's see what we get. 4.
1, 3s and 4s. So
Okay,
you've
so-
got a strength and a gold.
Yep.
Is that it?
That's it.
Okay, Tony, you get
One
one magic.
magic.
Is that it?
That's it.
Okay, I get 1 magic, and I can spend it for 2 gold, which I will. And that is it.
I get a magic for my wizard, and then I can spend.
The 3s.
Yeah, so I can
So you
spend.
can spend a strength for 2 gold twice.
So I'm going to do that. There's 2 strength,
2, 4, and you can spend
a magic,
magic for 2 gold.
which I will do as well.
Wow. Here we go.
And now I've got some money again.
Lots of money. Okay, Milo, your actions.
Okay, I will purchase. I will purchase that one building there for 6. The funny little nest thing.
The Orb of Verdure. Okay, do you have the prerequisites?
Indeed, I do. I have stabby guys and a priest bloke around it somewhere.
That's Shadow, and there's Holy over there.
There we go. Yeah.
Okay, so Cushy is 6. What does it do? You've taken it all the way over there now.
Oh, okay. In the end phase of your
Right.
action phase, you can steal 1 gold from another player.
One
One
magic.
Sorry.
Yes.
There we go.
Okay, and then that flips over that one. We've got the Dark Tide Harbour. Immediately gain a shadow character from the centre stack.
Oh,
Nice.
and I'll just have a quick look at this one.
So you can see we're running low on a few of these as well. So while it looks like there's a lot of cards still out, they're actually
All the stacks are pretty low, yeah.
they're all fairly
I'll
evenly
also
low.
buy that for my
Holy
second.
cow, Milo, you greedy guts. You've got the prerequisite for that?
Yes.
Holy, well, it's the same prerequisite again.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Do we put exhausted gods in there as well?
No, so it's just these ones.
7, and I immediately get a priestly type.
Okay, so we've got priestess or monk.
Okay. I'll go with priestess, I think.
And
Another
revealing
priestess.
another priestess. And that is a revolution.
Yes. So the dice will now pass on to Tony, and the same principles: roll, gain resources, buy stuff. We'll come back, obviously, when either one of those stacks are finished. I suspect. What do you guys think? I think the domains are going to finish
I
first.
think the domains
Domains
are
are-
rocking.
Although we've all got a lot of strength, we might start hitting these because they're quick hits of victory points.
And they gave you resources back as well.
So we'll see.
Yeah. All right.
I think you're probably right with domains.
So let's do this. Okay. So we've tallied up the points, and the game has obviously ended. It did end by domains running out.
Although we're pretty close to a few other things, to be fair.
Yeah. There's only 2 stacks of creatures left, and we only need 4 more exhausted cards over here. We've tallied up the points, which were
One.
loads. In last place was Molo.
And I had to cheat to get there as well.
What did you end up on? Was it 40?
41.
41.
41, which is better than Mick's. Was it better than Mick's score from last night?
That doesn't sound
I
like
can't
it.
No.
remember.
In third place was Tony,
58.
58, and
Bettered my score from that.
yeah, which is still a pretty good score.
So the
Really
difference
good
between that and
Yeah. I came second with 62 points.
So just 4 points ahead.
Yeah, and I got a really good mixture of stuff. Look at all my resources. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that was nuts.
So obviously, if you saw my Duke earlier, my Duke gave me 1 victory point for every soldier, 2 victory points for every shadow, and 3 victory points, 1 victory point for every 3 resources. So obviously, I've stacked my resources up into 3s, and all
I will
these
say-
soldiers.
This is how we're interpreting that, by the way. We're pretty sure it's 1 for every 3. It could be 1 for every set of 3, so every 3 gold, every 3 magic, or it could be. What was your interpretation of it?
1 for every basically 9. You need 3 gold, 3
Right.
mana.
But we're pretty sure it's 1 through 3 rules. Don't know.
But
But
looking-
the way we figured it was.
Looking at your Duke card, we sort
Yeah.
of came to the decision that was 1 for every 4.
Yeah, or for any.
So like a mixture of 4 rather.
Well, for any
yeah,
symbol, basically.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah, I think we've done it
we're
right.
not clear on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we figure as long as we're all doing the same rule, it doesn't really matter that much.
Exactly. If the designer, Mr. Isaias Valiello, does watch this, comment below, mate. Tell us what it is.
And if he recognises his name.
Yeah.
We did look in the rule book, but we couldn't even define it from the rule book either. It was.
All right.
And I
So
feel like you're running on my parade a little bit.
yeah. So I came second with 62, and Martin obviously has won. How much have you got, Martin?
63.
63. Just lean forward so I can make your context.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a pretty. I mean, it's a really fast-paced game, isn't it? Motored through the turns. I mean, I don't know if you can tell by the gameplay turn, except when I also got to Tony's turn. It got really fast. What did you guys think? How about you, Tony?
Yeah, I love the game. I love it for its simplicity. It is just a lovely, simple game, except for that one ambiguous bit that we're not sure about the victory points. At the
I'm
end
pretty sure
for the-
we're
for
right,
the-
man.
As I say,
the
if we're all
resources.
playing by the
But
same.
if you're all playing by the same ruling, it's
To a
yeah,
degree,
fine.
it doesn't matter. It's probably a bit more beneficial to some than
No, it's a
others.
nice
but
little engine builder card game. Those dice.
It's very Machi Koro-esque, isn't it?
Yeah, but I actually prefer it to.
Yeah.
No, I prefer it too.
In Machi Koro, it's possible to have situations where you're completely hamstrung on your turn, and there are lots of negative things happening. Whereas in this, there's very few negatives, and every turn you're gaining positive stuff.
Yeah.
So it's
From
much more
yeah,
rewarding.
from other people's dice.
It's
Well,
probably
in
better.
my experience, every game of Match Occur, there's always one person that gets screwed while the others are benefiting.
Yeah,
So there's always one person who's not going to enjoy his game that much.
yeah. Whereas I don't think anyone in this game had a time when they didn't have something they could do.
Yeah. So yeah, carry on, Tony.
No, that was it. No, I just love it for its simplicity. It's a lovely little game.
What would
Pretty as well.
you What would you give it out of 10?
Lovely card. I would go as high as 9.
9.
Nine.
Wow, that is pretty good. All right, how about you,
On the
Martin?
filler scale, though, I think.
Yeah.
Not on
I would echo that sentiment. Really, I think it does exactly what it sets out to. I really do think it's a better Machi Koro, for all the reasons we've stated. I mean, aesthetically, it's really nice, and just it's more rewarding than Machi Koro, whereas that's a bit more punishing, as I say. And I don't know, there's a bit more strategy involved there. Like you get dealt 2 dukes at the start, and so you can kind of think, okay, what kind of game do I want to play here? I'll take that Duke, and that will kind of Steve slightly, and then you've obviously got lots of options. You can go heavy domains, you can go heavy creatures, combination, whatever. Lots of different options there, and it works really well. And it's really fast paced as well. Not a lot of downtime in there at all.
Well, it's easy a half an hour game. This.
Yeah, I think certainly once we get used to it.
Yeah.
This was the first time we've tried the kind of randomised setup. I wouldn't say randomised, but it is kind of that.
Very.
Whereas
Yeah.
in the kind of beginner game, you kind of have like stack 1 is only clerics, so they're all clerics. Stack 2 is I don't think it's blacksmith. I think it's merchants, things like that.
Yeah, it's nice.
So they're all prescribed, and I definitely think it was more interesting
It
like
was
this.
more, yeah.
But it did mean that you didn't duplicate so much, so you didn't spend as much gold and things like that. So
Which
you
is
ended up
why
with
we
a lot
have-
more resources,
yeah.
which I think we probably is one of the reasons we had more resources. But
And probably a higher victory points.
yeah, I definitely think it made it more interesting. But yeah, I really liked it. I'd give it an 8, definitely. I think it's really good.
How about you, Molo?
Oh, I like it. The speed it goes round, but every turn you have a plan, and it is agony watching the dice go round and hoping that the stuff stays on the board that you
Yeah.
need each turn.
Certainly later on, because you're vying for the domains, really,
Yeah.
aren't you? Yeah.
Like I said, the thieves, I let the shadows, I think they're called.
Shadow.
I let them go because I thought they'd all still be there, and within one turn, every shadow I needed to get my multiplier was gone, and they never came back up. So,
And that was kind of reflected in your score as well, because that was
Okay.
your big scoring
Yeah,
bonus on your
obviously.
Duke, yeah.
and
This is obviously the first time you've played it, isn't it?
certainly.
Both of these guys have played it before. In fact, they played it last night. So.
And I mean, look at that goblin. That is a beautiful goblin. There we are.
Oh, just like Molo has a fetish for
Oh
goblins.
yes.
Because he's part goblin.
So how much would you give it out of 10?
I think this is a fair 8 as well.
8. Yeah, cool. Yeah, for me as well. I mean, this is a really good theme. I love the fantastical theme. That's why I killed all the undead stuff, because undead are cool. I also definitely feel, at this point, because this is my first play as well, I definitely feel this is a better version of Magic Horror. It's faster, it's less punishing, it's beautiful to look at, it's got cool little components.
I think this is what I was going to say. I think this is one that is better to play with people like your boy, like Alex and things like that, because it doesn't have that punishing element.
Yeah.
It gives you stuff all the time rather than hurts you. And if you're on the receiving end of being hurt when you're 8, that's upsetting, you know.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I definitely this is better for that sort of age range as well. Not that there's not strategy in there for adults.
The only thing I will say that I'm a little concerned about with this one, which I'm not have any proof of because this is my first game, is the replayability. I know you said there's more cards coming in, right?
Yeah.
Because at the moment it seems like, because the game goes so fast and the cards are so easy to get hold of in terms of purchasing for, you might get a situation where there's not a lot of change to the game every time you play it.
I don't disagree with you. In terms of the citizens, there's only, aside from peasants and knights that are the only 5s and 6s, there's only 2 varieties of everything else. But monsters, there are, I think there's like 8 domains, and you play with 8 territories,
terrains,
whatever, and you play with 5 of them, and there's quite a stack of domains, and you only play with 3 piles. So there's actually probably quite a few domains that we didn't see. So there's a fair amount of variability in those. But these, my preference would be that there's probably another 2 for each number, so you can do that randomised, and you're really not sure what's coming up then. But yeah, I mean that will come.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But for me as well, this is in the filler sort of easy light game. This is probably an 8.5 for me. I really like this a lot. It was really good. Love the theme, love the components, love the speed, love the interaction. Jesus, there's not much to not like about this game.
And they are without doubt the thickest cardboard tokens I think I've ever experienced.
And like Milo was saying as well, you also get that little bit of a feeling like I was chasing after shadow creatures as well. And there was one point when I was doing something and you said you were going to buy the Blood Crow army, the building with and I was thinking, no, I need this, don't do it. But yeah, it's good. It's really good. Well done, Daily Magic Games. Very good. They've actually got a Kickstarter, well, in the time of recording this. Yeah. They got another Kickstarter going on now.
Villages of Valeria. I don't know how similar it is to this, or whether it's related in any other way than where it's set.
But I saw it on Rado's run through, so if you want to check it out, go check it out, because it's if this is the first game that they've produced that I know of, and this is the quality that they're producing, the rest can't be that bad either.
Definitely worth keeping an eye out for, yeah.
Alright, well thanks for watching. That was a really good game, and we're going to go play another game. Say cheers.
Bye. Cheers.